Kaplunk, Buckaroo, Twister, Yahtzee. Sounds like a typical Friday night round at Matt's house. But when he's not sitting in his gym jams thumbing through his compendium, he's dreaming up ways in which the entire county of Suffolk can be transformed into a fun board game for all the family. And you know what? I think he's done it. The rules are simple.
A series of challenges that will take players around the county are written on strips of paper and then placed into the people's teapot. Then players delve into the pot and then follow whichever instruction are pulled out.
It's so easy. OK then, who's up for a game?
Would you pick a piece of paper out of our teapot?
Yeah, certainly will. There we go. I can't out my glasses. Can you read this, Linda?
A new law is passed that says you have to be either a pirate or a Scotsman. Find a suitable location to be either, and then spend 1 minute in character.
OK.
That's our first challenge. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Where are we going to do this then?
I don't know. We've got to find a suitable location. That's the game. Thanks.
What are your names, by the way? What's your name?
Walpole, Mrs. Walpole, and this is my husband.
Harvey Walpole.
It's a get in the car jobby.
Right then, in the car, off we go. Find a suitable location.
We've got to find a pirate ship or a glen.
Right.
It should be easy.
Yeah, right. Driven up the road, we went for the village of Cockfield.
I thought that would be quite an easy challenge, but it's proven difficult. Not many pirate ships, not many Scottish castles.
No, that was disappointing, wasn't it?
This is how desperate we've become. We're stood next to a telegraph pole. Now, from a Scotsman's point of view, that's me. It looks like a caber.
Yep.
Of course.
For me, for a pirate, it looks like the rigging on a ship. It looks like the centre post. What would you call that?
It's the mast.
The mast. It looks like the mast.
If you squint.
If we take the next instruction out of the pot and we read the instruction in character.
OK, that's fine. I'll do the picking. I'll take the lid off. Drive in a northerly direction for 10 minutes, stopping at population centre nearest the 10-minute mark. Then get a soundbite from the voice of youth. Would you like to repeat that, pal?
Get a soundbite from the voice of youth.
If you're listening and you thought, there's a mad pirate and a Scotsman on the loose, don't worry, that was just us.
Simon, I have brought something along with me.
Oh, it's a compass.
So we know which way is north.
I'm rubbish. I got my map reader's badge at Cub Scouts years ago, but it was by default. I can't work a compass.
It points north.
OK, you'll be sorry.
I am already. OK, we're in the car. We're ready to start. It's 2:30 on the dot, Simon. You've got the compass.
Yep, and it's pointing, hang on. OK, that way.
Yep.
Straight ahead, but bear right.
Ooh. OK. It's 2:40. We've been driving for 10 minutes.
10 minutes on the dot, but yeah, we're here in the village of Sicklesmere. And, yeah, north as the crow flies, I think.
The next part of the challenge is to get the voice of youth.
Let's start off in the post office.
Well, we won't be starting off in the post office. It's closed. Does it open again today? There's a dog in there.
Is it a young dog, I wonder?
Is it a young dog? Are you a young dog? This is tricky. Hello. Were you young once?
Unfortunately, a long while ago.
That qualifies, as far as I'm concerned, for the voice of youth in the village, which is brilliant. It means we've done one of our challenges. Could I ask you, please, to if I shuffle, to just root around in there and pick us out our next challenge?
Drive in any direction, stopping at the first place of commerce, and buy a treat for under £1 to put in the teapot.
What's your name?
Liz Cooper.
Liz Cooper, the voice of youth.
Okay, a petrol station. We've just driven for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, and as the instruction said, this is the first place of commerce that we've come across.
Southgate Green, which is just on the edge of Bury St Edmunds.
So we've gone from Sicklesmere to Southgate Green. If we bought some chocolate, I could then have some.
It's for the teapot.
Get a tin of sweet corn.
Again, wouldn't fit in the teapot.
Mixed vegetables? No, that's...
Unless you emptied it out, and I don't want to do that.
No, that's too messy. Nice, it's not as easy as it sounds, is it?
Let's ask the assistant over here. Have you any suggestions?
Need the tea bags?
The tea bags, the tea bags.
Where are we? 95p.
95p.
If I could just pay for those, please.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
What is the teapot for?
We painted it ourselves, and we've taken it to various places where we've done outside pieces like this. It's got Suffolk scenes on it. That's the Merman of Orford, I think.
Very good.
Yeah, and there's a net being cast.
So you don't use it for tea then?
Only once.
Made one cup of tea in it.
This is our first and only cup of tea from the People's Teapot.
Indeed. Cheers, this is for the people of Suffolk.
Suffolky.
It tastes of the people. Yeah, sorry.
Well done.
Cheers, thank you very much. Ta-da. You were accused of witchcraft by a mob of medieval peasants. Take refuge in the nearest local church.
Bury St Edmunds, it's got a cathedral, hasn't it?
It has indeed. Let's do it. Hey, the Game of Suffolk.
I think it's going to take the world by storm.
I think you could be right. We talked about this last week. We should have copyrighted it. We were slightly foolish.
Yeah.
But hey, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, stay with us because the second half of the game that we are calling
The Game of Suffolk
continues.
Matt and Simon.
BBC Radio.
You may remember that you left us, myself and Matthew there, halfway through the Game of Suffolk, in which board game fanatic Matt
Hello.
there he goes, transformed the entire country's his dream, into a playing... That's the next step. Into a playing arena for his own amusement. Our challenges are being picked from the People's Teapot and are taking us all around Suffolk. Join us now in Bury St Edmunds, where our challenge is to escape from a medieval mob who are accusing us of witchcraft. Now, initially, we were going to go to the cathedral, you may have heard, but the challenge specifically said church. So as sticklers for the rules, we're taking shelter in the Church of St Mary's.
This must be St Mary's.
Yeah.
We've just been inside and had a look around. It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's lovely in there. Obviously, it's a very quiet environment. They don't need two buffoons running around with a microphone playing games. So we've just popped outside and we're going to ask some people who are just coming out now to help us with the next stage of the game.
Would you pick our next instruction?
Okay.
Have a rummage around.
There we go.
Spin the pot and head in the direction the spout points for 5 miles.
How can we spin it'll break, won't it? It's not on a...
I think you have to spin with the teapot.
Okay, stand well back.
You guys tell him when to stop.
Don't time to stop. Sleep if you're going for ages.
Yeah, keep going. Stop.
Thank you.
Okay, Simon, we're going to head in that direction.
Through that bloke's house.
Yep. Thank you very much. What are your names quickly?
Deborah.
Irene. Kelsey.
Cora. Michael. Mark.
Thank you very much. So Simon's got the compass out. Simon,
Well, according to my calculations, the spout, and indeed most of my equilibrium, is pointing west.
west it is then for
West-ish.
5 miles.
Then what do we do when we get there?
Pick another one.
Oh, right, okay.
Left or right? Left or right?
Left.
Left?
No, right.
Right?
Right.
Tell me quicker.
Sorry. Actually, no, now west is pointing back the way we came. I'm sorry, don't blame me, it's the...
Simon, we've just travelled 5 miles in a westerly direction. First of all, we got here after being lost in Bury St Edmunds.
We sorted it all out and we drove through the village of...
Horinger?
Horinger, that's the one. And here we are on the side of the road. We accidentally nearly drove into somebody's driveway.
We're on the road to Haverhill. You've been here before in a bus when we did the race across Suffolk.
I'm squatting above the back axle, but I am feeling more than slightly nauseous, so maybe Matt's having the last laugh after all.
Yeah, so I was hurtling along this road in a very fast bus to win that race, if you remember.
Win's a strong word, Simon.
Came first. So let's take the lid off the People's Teapot. Ask someone for directions to Orford, then follow the directions for 6 miles, where you should make a telephone call from a red phone box. Now that silence means that we are in the middle of a farmer's field. There's no one for miles.
OK, I think if we go back to Horinger... Comes out Horinger police station.
Which just looks like it's in somebody's house. It's brilliant.
Let's see if anyone's home.
We have to follow the instructions that's been given to us throughout the day, and this is our latest one.
Ask someone for directions to Orford, then follow the directions for 6 miles where you should make a telephone call from a red phone box. From here, I would carry along through the village of Horinger, go down Wesley Lane, across the crossroads until you come to the A14, turn right onto the A14 towards Ipswich, carry on through, kind of past Ipswich, over the Orwell Bridge, and there'll be a left-over bridge.
And then onwards to Orford. And your name is?
Trish Sinclair.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So that's Horinger Police being really helpful and sending us on our way.
Because they're not there for the nasty things in life, they're there for the good things as well.
That's some dreadful bank thing, isn't it? It's a credit card. Now we've got to find a red phone box now.
We got a little bit confused at a roundabout and we got lost and we ended up where we are now, which we're not quite sure where we are.
Yeah, we suspect we're on the outskirts
of Bury. Yeah, she sent us back towards Bury and I think we're...
So where we actually are is a point between a red post box and a more modern telephone box.
I guess if you squint and blur your eyes a bit...
You just look silly. So what, have I got to make a phone call? Shall I just open the door here?
Yep.
Okay, first off, it's weird being in a telephone box because most people use mobile phones now. I haven't used a phone box for ages. B, it's weird being in a phone box with you because
we're both in a phone box.
We're both in a small phone box. Right, hang on. Lift it up. Hello?
You're out of credit.
That's insane!
So you literally just got connected for 40p, you got connected. That was that machine swallowing your money.
I'm really annoyed. Let's move on to the next stage of the game.
So we're picking from the pot again?
Realise that the game is just silly. Go back to start.
Go back to the start?
I'm translating that as game over. I've got to be honest. I can't go through this again. It's been fun.
Yeah, and it's been. Yeah, I have enjoyed it. It's been. Should we get out the phone box?
It might be an idea.
I'm sweating like crazy.
Yeah, I know. So I'm glad you put that deodorant on.
BBC Radio Suffolk, Matt and Simon. I think we may have to revisit that one day.
It's a strong idea.
Yeah.
It's a strong idea. Maybe we will. Maybe we'll make our fortunes.